you had and being banged up the way you were, and how that unfolded tonight.
Yeah, I thought we drove it up pretty good. First half a little loose with transition, game plan. Young, he got loose, especially in the second quarter, and then I thought the guys did a great job of adjusting at halftime, and the energy throughout the night, to your point, was good. So good overall win, good contributions up and down, and it was impressive, coming on a road trip, coming out of those games, and I thought our energy was really good, encouraging.
Held them, I think, to about 40% shooting on 2-point shots tonight. What did you see as the difference or the factor there in terms of just your connectedness or whatever made that happen?
Yeah, I don't really know, other than I thought the bigs were particularly impactful around the basket. I thought all game they were really good. We got great minutes from Jay Rowe, and then Jay Hart got a lot of minutes together tonight, and we're really, really good in their minutes. So I thought, like I said, once we could settle for that half court against them, we got some good stuff in the league.
I was going to ask you, go ahead.
Jonathan.
Like, what's gotten into AJ? Like, what's the biggest difference between him now versus where he was 6-8 months ago?
I think the biggest difference is just the combination of his strength. He had a really, really good summer. And then I think the game slowed down a little bit for him, but he was doing this, maybe not to this degree, but he was doing this very early last year. He was playing in an opener last season as a rookie on a deep team. And that's because he kind of banged the door down right from the beginning. So he's certainly gotten better since that point, but has been a pretty high-impact guy all along. It's something that we believed in all along, and he's obviously played great so far.
Strength usually like physical.
Yeah, I think he didn't gain a lot of weight, but he transferred a lot of muscle. So, I mean, he's a lot stronger, even visibly. If you look at him visually, he looks a lot different.
Mark, obviously, I don't know what else you can say about Shai. We've seen him on these kind of roles before. Is there anything that distinguishes this one other than the fact that it's the start of the season?
No. I mean, he's kind of in character right now. I will say, all the guys, but, certainly him, they do such a good job in the off season, and they ramp up so well that they come out of the gates, ready to go. Holmgren's like that too. Really a whole team, but it's a credit to the work that he does. He doesn't ease his way into the season. He's ready to go, on night one, and for all of you too. So, but in terms of his play, he looks about the same. And in fact, the only thing that's really shown up, I think, a little differently is he's really starting to manipulate the game as a playmaker. Obviously, the scoring's been loud, but some of the passes he's made and the reads he's made against the different coverages he's seen in these first few games have been really good.
You mentioned Shai before the game with his drive and competitiveness. Obviously, he was dealing with that back injury heading into this one. He had that hand injury, but still ended up finishing with a strong performance. What did you see out of him in terms of his gutsiness tonight?
Yeah, he's always got that, and he's always ready to go. Great competitor. He was disappointed. I don't want to speak for him, but I think he was disappointed in how he played offensively against Indiana. And then he came out tonight, teeing up those shots. Saw a couple going in. Had a great game flow tonight. Whereas the other night, I thought he pump faked a couple he could have shot. Didn't seem like he had the rhythm that he had tonight. So guys did a good job of finding him, but he was really, really good.
There was a play in that third quarter where Dyson was trailing and would have had an easy dunk, but Kaysen hustles back on defense, gets that steal. Just plays like that, it seems like he does on a common, or very often. Just can you kind of speak to his ability to impact the game by getting into those passing lanes and, his aggressiveness there?
Yeah, I mean, he's just got unbelievable hands, and athleticism and toughness, combination of things. But his hands are elite with some of the stuff he does on ball. And then he's just got one of those guys that he seems to be a dude when he's near the ball, he comes up with it. There was one, I think, it was almost a turnover, actually. He drove it. He got into some trouble, and the ball was kind of loose, and, he comes up with that. He's the guy at the bottom of the pile that's going to get the fumble, pick him up with the football.
I know it's only game 3, but finally get a game where you don't have to go to the end. But have you talked to the team pre-season about as far as giving the team's best now that they're the world champs?
No. We embrace the competitive challenges, and we want the best out of our opponents. That's how you get better. And first couple of games have really tested us in a healthy way. You know, we've seen a lot of different things despite it's only been 3 games. And we've been in a lot of situations because of the overtimes and the clutch games. We've handled them pretty well, you know, for early in the season, but certainly stuff we can learn from as well. So we want to get better, and when you want to get better, the way to do that is to get tested. You know, and they tested us in the first half tonight. Young made us better tonight because every time we were an 8 out of 10 in a coverage, he burned us.
And kind of piggybacking off of his question right there, even though it is early in the season, if it has at all, how has your message changed to the guys this year? As you mentioned, being the defending champs now, I'm quite sure the goal is to repeat. So how has your message changed to the players?
The circumstances have changed, and the challenges always change. Those things are ever changing, and our messages don't. You know, our messages are the same all the time. They've been the same from day one. They're principles that we really believe in that can apply to all situations, and the situations are always changing. You know, so they'll change throughout the season. We're starting off with overtime games, injuries, and yet our messaging is the same. So that creates familiarity, confidence. You know, we think there's a lot of benefits to just relying on what we've relied on so far. But obviously, circumstances are always changing, and we'll adapt as necessary.
Thank you, Coach.
Anybody else? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Thanks.